So, getting to test out my new Gravit Filter I made. Got the quick disconnect up there. The wrong kind of tubing, it's not as flexible, but it'll work. And it flows down. My Sawyer Mini filter. And it's filtering, you can see, and that's probably a 6-foot hang point up there. And getting a good flow rate. So yeah, DIY Gravit Filter out of a 5-liter Siline dry bag, quick disconnect, and I've got a pre-filter on it. And I just got water out of this little trickling stream here. But yeah. And boom, done. Alright, so here's a look at the Seal Line Storm Dry Sack. I went for the 5-liter one. This is going to be heavier than using Seal Nylon like my other one, but it's more durable, I think, in the long run. The inside is lined really well, and the outside is going to be more durable to carrying it on the trail, or if you like hit it against some branches or something like that. It shouldn't spring a leak as easily. On the bottom, one of the things I liked about it is it's a sewn bottom instead of just one piece, and it is seam taped inside, but this will give a better lower point for my attachment, and it has this handle, but it'll make a nice little cover for that attachment too, to keep, you know, stuff from getting up in there in the quick disconnect. And then it's got the roll top closure, and then it's got a D-ring on it, so I can hang some paracord or some am steel and use that to suspend it from a tree branch or something. So overall, I'm very happy with this as far as choosing it, but we'll see how it does in the end results. So, all right. And here is the Sawyer Mini water filter. This is the very first time that I've used one of these filters from Sawyer, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with the flow rate. Not having anything else to compare it to, it really surprised me, and because I used it with my other DIY Gravit filter, and it filtered fairly reasonably fast, and it's super small, compact, lightweight. Now, a lot of people say that the other filter lasts longer between back flushes, and that's probably true. I could understand that because there's more, you know, surface area that would take longer to get clogged. But for what this is, you know, and what I'm planning on using it for, I think it's great. Another quick note about the Sawyer Mini, it comes with this straw, which I'm using as the last point of my attachment. That way I can use this tubing to give myself plenty of space between the Gravit filter and the filter, or the bag and the filter, which will create a little bit more pressure and give me an increased flow rate. But it comes with the straw, and you can use that in a bunch of different ways. There's better reviews on YouTube than this. And then it comes with this bag, which you can use it like they want you to use it, but from what I've read online, this makes a great flask, like if you want to carry some other beverage when you go camping, or just you know, use it around the house. But I'm not going to be using it in my system. This is what I'll be using, but it's, you know, neat. That's kind of a little bonus for 20 bucks. You know, you get all this, and I got mine on Amazon. It's probably the cheapest I saw. A lot of people were running Christmas specials, but about 20-25 bucks is what you should pay for one. Alright, so I've just cut my roughly 1/2 inch hole in the material. It's super thin. You need to be very careful with your super sharp scissors that you don't cut or nick any other parts of the bag. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a bead of silicone. Let me get my hand out of the bag. Of silicone picked up at Lowe's around the inside and outside. This piece, this is the female piece for the quick disconnect, and this is going to go inside the bag from the bottom. It's going to stick up in the bag, and then on the top, sandwiching the bag in between, is this mesh green filter. And I got all of these plastic fittings from McMaster Car. Pretty neat. I'll try and put all the item numbers in the description at the bottom. Just know that they don't tell you how much shipping is. You know, I think it cost me like $6 or $7 for shipping, but they don't put that on there. So, and I bought some other stuff too. I bought a bunch of, bought a couple of those filters, and then I bought a bunch of the male and female 1/4 inch threaded ones. So I can make some other ones for my friends. But the reason I went with this one, for me, this part right here is kind of expensive. I want to say it was like $9 or $10, just the female part. The male part wasn't that expensive. But when this is in the bag, I can go down to the stream or my water source and get the water with just my bag and leave my hose at camp. I don't have to worry about it dangling there or being in the way, and then I can connect it at camp. So I'm about to do that, and then I'll show you the video. Alright, so I haven't siliconed it in place yet, but what I will say is whenever you cut this hole, cut the hole a little bit smaller than the diameter of your fitting, and that way it kind of pushes up in there and it'll form a better seal, especially with the silicone. Alright, you can see the silicone there. Put a fairly thick bead around the inside and outside. Alright, so here's a video of the outside external piece after I've siliconed it in place. See if I can get a better close-up picture for you. Come on, iPhone. That's about as good as I'm going to be able to do with this phone. Alright, so, and it takes about 30 minutes for it to dry. I've just got it kind of pulled out, and the inside sealed too. I made a tight grip. Now the thing about these filters is that they're not threaded. They're just kind of squeeze snap on. Now once you get it started, there are little grooves, so you can twist it to thread it and tighten it down, but you can turn it all day and it's not going to form a grip where it will stop turning. So just make sure you get it down there snug. And then if you want, on the inside, you can go back and re-silicone the bottom. It'll be kind of hard to get to unless you flip the bag inside out. But there's not a whole lot of pressure on this, you know, so it should do with just the silicone. And now what we're going to do for the hose part right here, and I'm going to get different hose. I got PVC vinyl hose or something. I should have gotten some silicone hose. But all you have to do is snap this into here, and then this will go on your, follow the arrow down here, and then you can just fill from that or attach the straw. There. Boom, done. So to summarize, the hose assembly is done. We've got the quick connect male end right here, and I've left a little space so it'll be a little bit easier to disassemble when I get some more flexible, hopefully maybe a little bit lighter hose. And it's not too heavy, but I don't have a scale. And it's attached here. Now one thing about these filters is that there will still be some water trapped in here even after you're done filtering, and so it will leak through this end and eventually back out to here. A lot of people make little caps that they can screw in here because this is threaded, and then make caps to stop that. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, how I'm going to approach that problem, but there that is. There that is. And the assembly's done. I just have to wait for it to dry, and then I'll test it. And I may put another layer of silicone before I test it, but I also need to get some line on that so I can hang it up. Alright, and here's the whole system together. Just waiting for it to dry so I can test it. Alright, so the outside part sealed and dried very well, but around the bottom here on the inside, it's hard to see, it's kind of dark in here, sorry. It wasn't a great seal. It looked like there might be some gaps, so I resealed it and we'll wait 30 more minutes. And now we have nice steady trickle. This gravity fed system has to be below the bag. And now we have a nice steady trickle.